Over to Aston Villa, they have appointed long-serving Celtic commercial director Adrian Philby as their new chief commercial officer. Is this a smart move for them, given his experience?
Well, it's always difficult coming down from Scotland into the Premier League. I've done it once myself, go from Aberdeen to Everton. And I know the difference in the scale of numbers, competition, sophistication, etc. I wish him well. It's a difficult gig, but Celtic, in many ways, were able to hit sort of home runs pretty easily. They were pretty unique in the sense of their size and scale and global reach, and they didn't really have much competition for those interested in the Scottish market. Really, Rangers were there, but Celtic were always the top dog in terms of particular sponsors. So he's going to find it a very competitive market in the Premier League, and that's going to be a global perspective that Celtic didn't quite have as well. So he's got his work cut out. I've heard good reports about him. There's no doubt. He's obviously knows what he's doing. He's an accountant, I believe, by trade, and is certainly has had some good results at Celtic. There's no doubt. But I think he's going to find it a rude awakening in terms of the Premier League reality and what he's got to try and do and the targets that the Villa owners want him to reach.
And is this signs of maybe bringing in someone who has experience, in the Champions League? Aston Villa looking to, cement themselves as a Champions League club?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's really got much to do with it because most of the Champions League stuff is UEFA sponsorship anyway. So I don't really think that's going to help. But certainly, there's got to be ways that that will be of some use. But I don't think that's the primary reason he's there because Villa have got to do more themselves on the ground with the local fan base. They had a very bad start with the ticket pricing issues for this particular year. So they've got to repair that, and they've got to find other ways to make the Champions League even more successful. Although, with the wins they've had and the results they had, particularly against Bayern Munich the other week, which was fantastic, I think there's already 4 million in the bank from 2 wins so far. So that's great news for Villa so far.
And Jhon Duran, we spoke about him a lot this summer, someone who Aston Villa were actively shopping. He's now signed a new contract until 2030 after a very, very hot start to the year. The club keeping him happy, protecting their investment. Is this now someone they see as a part of the future?
Yeah, look, I mean, the Jhon Duran story, I mean, some of my Villa contacts were just begging to get rid of him in the off-season. They were, please, tell me and I'll drive the car to drop him off at the station. And yet, what a sensational run he's had. And to score the goal against Bayern Munich, I mean, it's fantastic. The club have said, though, that it was always in their plans from the start of the season to give him a new contract, which they've done. You've got to believe that. Obviously, the manager believes in him. And don't forget, he's only 20. And so, he may have been perhaps unsure of his confidence and his ability, but it's certainly come back. And he's looking like a real star for the future. Let's just hope he keeps his feet on the ground because it's a long way to go yet. One good run of scoring goals and coming off the bench doesn't make your whole career. You've got to be consistent. And let's hope he does that because he's an exciting talent with a great left foot.